So welcome back. In this video I am going to solve fourth problem on royalty accounts. So far I have worked three problems. So actually this question has appeared for Karnataka University Dharwad during 2014 and Rani Channamma University for 2017 modified. So the question may be direct question or modified question. So first of all I am going to read the question. Just you go through the question with you. Okay, so I will read the question once here. Minerals Limited leased a property from Mr. Shankar at a royalty of rupees 1.50 per ton raised with a minimum rent of rupees 10,000 per annum. So in this problem, royalty has been fixed rupees 1.50 per ton and minimum rent is 10,000. So then each year's excess of minimum rent over the royalties is recoverable out of the royalties of the next 3 years. It is very important point. It means whatever short workings are there or deficit is there of any year must be recovered in the next 3 years. So then in the event of a strike in any year, the lease provides that provides for proportionate reduction of minimum rent for that year. It is also important one. If in any year strike is there, minimum rent should be reduced proportionately. So then accounts are to be settled every year on 31st December. It means accounts will be settled on 31st December. So then the annual output of the first 5 years is as follows. First year ending 31st December. So then output. So in 1981 rupees 4,000 output is there. 1982 5,000, 1983 6,000, 1984 10,000, 1985 strike for 3 months. It is very important one. In the year 1985 there is a strike of 3 months is there. It means we must take the minimum rent for 9 months only. I will give you working note related to this one. So then how much output is there? 4,000. So actually it is the information given. On the basis of this I am going to prepare the chart, but once again I will repeat you what are the condition in this problem. In this problem the royalty per ton is rupees 1.50, minimum rent 10,000. So then the short workings of any year or deficit of any year must be recovered in the next 3 years. Another very important one, if in any year strike is there, minimum rent must be reduced proportionately. So in this problem, in the year 1985 for the last year strike is there for 3 months. It means whatever minimum rent is must be reduced by 3 months. Remaining 9 months minimum rent we must take here. So it is the info highlight relating to this problem. So I have already prepared the chart here. Okay, first year, next output, then royalty, then minimum rent, so then surplus, short workings. In short workings deficit, recovery, e-recovery, so then amount payable. Okay, first I am going to record the information given in the problem. First, so year 1981 it is clearly stated that accounts will be settled on 31st December every year. You must take 31st one for all the years. First I do 31st one 1981 31st one 82, 31st one 83, 31st one 84, 31st one 85, okay. So then 81, 82, 83, okay. So totally 5 years information is there, but actually in the 5th year strike is there. Okay, you take strike. So then you take the output. So take on 4,000, next 5,000, then 6,000, then 10,000, so then 4,000. It is the information given. Okay, then we go through the royalty. How much royalty is there? Royalty has been fixed as rupees 1.50 per ton. So 1.50 per ton. Okay, so then you take the royalty. Total royalty is ascertained by multiplying the output with the royalty per ton. So you go through the first year. How much output is there? 4,000. So 4,000 into 1.50, it comes 6,000. So 5,000 into 1.50, 9,000. 6,000 into 1.50, 9,000. It comes second one 7,500. So then 9,000. So then 15,000. So 10,000 into 1.50, it comes 15,000. So then 4,000 into 1.50, it comes 6,000. Okay. So then very important point you must remember, that is the minimum rent. How much minimum rent has been fixed in this question? In this question, the minimum rent is 10,000. Okay, you take down 10,000. 10,000. Then 10,000. 10,000. 10,000. But in the year 1985, for how many months strike is there? The strike is there for 3 months. It means as there is a strike for 3 months, production will be done for 9 months only. Our work will be done for 9 months only. It means, so whatever royalty is there, rupees 10,000 for 12 months, we must take the minimum rent of 9 months only. Okay, you take working note relating to this one. Minimum rent. Minimum rent for 1985. 1985. How much minimum rent is? 10,000. Total 10,000 is there. So out of 12 months, strike is there for 3 months. Further, how many months remains? 9 months. You take 9 months. 9 by 12. Okay. 10,000 into 9 by 12. You take how much it comes? It comes 7,500. It comes 7,500. How much minimum rent comes for the year 1985? 7,500. You take 7,500. 7,500. So then it is very important point. You must remember, as there is a strike is for 3 months, so the minimum rent must be taken for the remaining month only. 9 months rent must be taken here. So it comes 7,500. The minimum rent for the year 1985, 7,500. So then we will start the working here. So before starting the work, once again I will remind you that the agreement condition relating to the recovery of short workings. The short workings must be recovered in the next 3 years. Next 3 years means the short workings of 1981 must be recovered before 1984. You must remember, on or before 1984, the short workings of 81 must be recovered. Okay, we see what happens here. So in the year 1981, how much royalty is there? 6,000. How much minimum rent is? 10,000. As the actual royalty is less than the minimum rent, so how much amount is payable to the landlord? 10,000. 10,000. So how much deficit comes? 4,000. 4,000. 1982. How much royalty is there? 7,500. How much minimum rent is? 10,000. In this year also, actual royalty is less than the minimum rent. Once again, how much amount is payable to the landlord? 10,000. 10,000. Further, how much deficit we are having here? 2,500. Then 83. In the year 1983, how much royalty is there? 9,000. Minimum rent 10,000. In this year also, actual royalty is less than the minimum rent. Once again, 10,000 is payable to the landlord. 10,000. So further, how much deficit comes? 1,000. 1,000. So then we go through the 1984. In the year 1984, so another very important point you must remember, 1984 is the last year for recovery of the short workings of the 1981. It is clearly stated in the problem that the short working of any year must be recovered in the next 3 years. Next 3 years means the short workings of 1981 must be recovered on or before 1984. You must remember that one. Okay, so then in the year 1984, how much royalty is there? 15,000. So then how much minimum rent is? 10,000. Okay, sorry for disturbance. So once again I will start with the year 1984. So 1985. So actually so far we are in the year we are working with the year 1984. So actually in the year 1984, so how much royalty is there? 15,000, and how much minimum rent is? 10,000. So then you must remember that 1984 is the last year for recovery of the short workings of 1981, because it is given in the problem that the short working of any year must be recovered in the next 3 years. So in the year 1981, how much deficit is there? 4,000 is there. It means here in the year 1984, how much royalty we are having? 15,000, and how much minimum rent? 10,000. It means we are having a surplus of 5,000. We are having a surplus of 5,000. There will not be any deficit. So then I have already told you that 1984 is the last year for recovery of the short workings of 1981. So you see here how much deficit of first year 1981? 4,000 is there. So then from 5,000 you recover 4,000. Out of surplus of rupees 5,000, if we recover 4,000, further how much remains? 1,000. So we must do that. That 1,000 is used for recovery of short workings of 1982, because the last year for recovery of the short workings of 1982 is 1985. But within that year, if there is any possibility is there of recovering the short workings, we must recover that one. Okay, we do that. Out of 5,000, we recover the short workings of 1981, 4,000. So further how much amount remains as a surplus? 1,000. That 1,000 is used for recovery of the short workings of 1982. Out of 2,500 we must recover 1,000. So the further 1,500 we will see what happens in the next year. Another year is there for recovery of the short workings of the second year. Okay. So out of 5,000 you recover 5,000. 5,000. Okay, you will get confused. So you write 5,000, 4,000 plus 1,000. 4,000 is the short workings of the first year. So then 1,000 is there. Whatever short workings of second year is there, 2,500 deficit is there. Out of that 2,500 we have recovered 1,000. So totally we have recovered 5,000. So there will not be any irrecoverable, because out of 2,500 we have recovered 1,000. Further 1,500 for recovery of that 1,500. So 1985 is the last year. We see that one what happens there. So then there will not be any irrecovery. So then how much amount is payable? So in order to find out the amount payable from the actual royalty, how much? 15,000 is there. Out of 15,000, how much amount we have recovered? 5,000. So then 15,000 minus 5,000, it comes 10,000. 10,000. So then we go through the year 1985. So 1985 is also very important one, because 1985 is the last year for recovery of the short workings of 1982. Because next year comes 83, 84, 85. It means 85 is the last year for recovery of the short workings of 1982. But one thing you must remember, in the year 1982, how much deficit is there? 2,500. Out of 2,500, we have already recovered 1,000 in the year 1985. Further, how much short deficit has remained? 1,500. Just you remember that one. That 1,500 must be recovered in the year 1985. We see what happens here. So actually in the year 1985, how much royalty is there? 6,000. So then how much minimum rent is? 7,000. In this year, actual royalty is less than the minimum rent. So how much amount is payable to the landlord? 7,500. Because as the actual royalty is less than the minimum rent is payable. It means how much deficit we are getting here? 1,500 deficit we are getting here. 1500 deficit we are getting here. But one point you must remember that 1985 is the last year for recovery of the short workings of 1982. You must remember, in the 1982 how much deficit was there? 2500. Out of 2500, so far how much we have recovered? 1000. Further, how much amount of deficit has remained? 1500. So that 1500 will become irrecoverable. There will not be any recovery. So then 1500 will become irrecoverable. It is very important one. This 1500 is the part of the deficit of 1982. Out of 2500, we have recovered 1000 in the year 1984. So further 1500 has remained, but that 1500 it could not be recovered in the year 1985, because in the year 1985 there is a shortage. As there is a shortage, we cannot make any recovery. So then whatever 1500 remaining is there, so that 1500 will become irrecoverable. So then it is the information. So next the question arises in your mind. So the deficit of 1983, how much is there? It is 1000 is there. It will be carried forward to the next year, because the deficit of the year 1983, the last year for recovery of deficit of this 1983 is 86. Actually it is not given in the problem. In practically it will continue. It means 84, 85, 86. As there is no information about 86 is given, so then whatever deficit of 1983 is there, rupees 1000 is there, it will be carried forward. As the problem concludes, you should not show that one as irrecoverable. It will be carried forward to the year 1986. You must remember. But very important point in this problem, in the year 1982, once again I will repeat, in the year 1982 how much deficit was there? 2500. Out of 2500, in the year 1984 we have recovered 1000. Further 1500 remained. So that 1500 must be recovered in the year 1985. But we could not recover that one in the year 1985, as there was a deficit in that year. So then whatever 1500 is there, it will become irrecoverable. So then the 1983 deficit of 1000. So then 1985 deficit of 1500, they will be carried forward to the next year. So actually while working the problem, you must be careful. Okay, thank you.